What does the world look like today in terms of peace, justice, and institutional strength? Are we progressing or regressing? These questions bring us to the core theme of our conversation today: Sustainable Development Goal 16. This goal, set by the United Nations, is a beacon guiding us towards a world that promotes peaceful and inclusive societies, provides access to justice for all, and builds effective, accountable institutions. In our journey to this ideal, we find ourselves at a crossroads. Recent trends indicate a reversal in progress on SDG 16. These signs are deeply concerning, painting a picture of a world that may be straying from the path of peace and justice. If we continue along this trajectory, we could see an increase in all forms of violence by anywhere from 10 to 46% by the year 2030. As we can see, the stakes are incredibly high. Now, let's delve deeper into the various aspects of SDG 16. How does violence manifest itself in our societies today, and what are the potential future implications? Violence takes on many forms, from the brutality of armed conflict to the silent suffering of domestic violence, and the shadowy world of organized crime. History books like Guns, Germs, and Steel and The Wealth of Nations offer us a glimpse into the cyclical patterns of violence that have shaped our world. These patterns are not just relics of the past, they're alive and well in our present. Unchecked, they threaten to escalate. Current trends predict a potential increase in all forms of violence, from 10 to 46% by the year 2030. This isn't an abstract statistic. It's a forecast of real lives disrupted, of families torn apart, of communities in chaos. It's a forecast that we can't afford to ignore because the cost is too high. The potential increase in violence is a chilling prospect, underlining the urgent need for progress on SDG 16. So, where do we stand on justice and the rule of law? Let's take a moment to explore this globally. Around the world, the accessibility to justice and the enforcement of the rule of law vary greatly. In some societies, disputes are frequent and justice seems elusive, while in others, bribery rates are low, indicating a stronger adherence to the law. In his work, The Age of Reason, Thomas Paine argues that societal order and individual freedoms are intertwined with justice and rule of law. Our world is a reflection of this very idea, where the quality of life is often determined by the fairness of the justice system and the strength of the rule of law. But let's not just rely on historical context. Factfulness by Hans Rosling presents us with an interesting perspective. The book highlights how our perceptions of the world can often be skewed by our biases and suggests that facts about justice and law enforcement are no exception. As we look around, the disparities in justice and the rule of law are stark. From countries battling with high dispute rates to others where bribery is rare, the global landscape is a patchwork of varying degrees of justice and lawfulness. This underlines the importance of Sustainable Development Goal 16, which aims to foster peace, justice, and strong institutions. The disparities in justice and rule of law are stark, emphasizing the importance of SDG 16. Finally, let's turn our attention to the strength of institutions. Institutions, when operating effectively and transparently, serve as the pillars of our societies. They ensure that decisions are made inclusively, giving voice to every citizen, regardless of their social or economic status. This inclusivity is not just about fairness, it's about fostering a society where everyone feels valued and heard, which in turn promotes peace and justice. An important part of strengthening institutions is the provision of legal identity for all, including birth registration. Imagine not existing officially in the eyes of the law. You wouldn't have access to education, healthcare, or even the ability to vote. This is why birth registration is so crucial. It's the first step to ensuring everyone's rights are protected. In the book on tyranny, we learn valuable lessons from history about the importance of strong institutions. They serve as a safeguard against authoritarianism, protecting our rights and freedoms against those who might wish to take them away. Strong institutions are the backbone of peaceful, just societies and a crucial part of SDG 16. In conclusion, The world has a long way to go in achieving SDG 16. We've delved into the current state of peace, the rule of law, and the strength of our institutions. We've seen the disparities across countries and the impacts of violence, corruption, and human trafficking. SDG 16 isn't just a lofty goal. It's a vital part of creating a world that is peaceful, just, and inclusive. The stakes are high, and if trends continue unchecked, the increase in violence and the decline in justice could become our reality. The future of peace, justice, and strong institutions depends on our actions today. The time to act is now.